Had to start that video over again. I'm sitting here in my bathroom right now because I had to look at my hair schedule chart. I'm getting ready to go to the store. I have a bunch of things I need to get at the store today, which is ice, really. Just ice, and I have to get a couple of other items, personal items. And I usually don't like leaving the house. Well, I do, but because my schedule of items that are I have to get are so routine that it just becomes mind numbing. Really, it does. So I was thinking this morning I was going to go ahead and start looking for work today, and then I was reminded that it was Labor Day. So I'm not exactly sure exactly who's open on Labor Day and who isn't. Some people observe Labor Day, some people don't. And so I'm going to give myself another day. I will be looking at, postings, job postings, but I'm not going to be really doing anything active today as far as contacting employers or anything like that. But I came in my bathroom today to look at my hair schedule. These are the dates that I relax my hair. My hair has to be relaxed every 3 months or sometimes every 2 months. It looks like, this was May and then August, and then I did it again. I took a long time to relax my hair this particular time. Well, actually, this was November, and so this was like the most recent. I did it on the 30th of June. So I'm trying to hold off relaxing my hair until the end of this month, if I can. Okay. That is, of course, if I have a job interview or something, my hair has to look, nice and tidy. It doesn't take a lot of money to relax. I mean, to take care of my hair. Basically, relaxers are cost anywhere from $6 to $8, but I usually get the inexpensive ones, and they're not. I've learned how to take care of my hair. Right now, my hair is. You'll see that my hair is straight here, or kind of straightish here, and then if you look real close, the roots, they're very frizzy and fuzzy. So, in order for me to look presentable, I like to have everything all nice and uniform instead of looking all crazy. So it takes a while. Your hair grows out, and then it's going to grow out in its natural state. So in my case, it usually takes about. I would say that my hair starts growing out within a few weeks after I relax my hair, but oh, I love somebody's honking their horn. It takes, but when it starts to become a little bit unruly after a certain period of time. So what I usually do is I wait every 3 months because it's just healthier for the hair. I mean, relaxers aren't good for your hair really, but it's the best way that I have to manage my hair. I mean, I've tried to get away from them for a while, and it just became a nightmare. So, some people look great with their hair natural. I'm not one of those people. And so I just have to be very careful. So I have to use certain, sprays and stuff like that when I'm using heating elements on my hair, so that it doesn't, create, additional breakage. So, and then of course I use a lot of moisturizers on my hair. And that helps out a lot too. And then, of course, for days that I don't do my hair, yesterday I had my hair in two braids, okay? And I like that because you saw my ponytail when I was just in the mirror. I usually unbraid it and then just put it in a little clip, and then that way it has this big boofy look to it. But I try not to put heat on my hair as much as possible. And that's one of the reasons why I wear the hair attachments, because it's a lot easier for me. On the front of my hair is I use two. I use a ponytail, and I also use what do they call it, like a half wig, where I separate parts of my hair and attach the half wig, and then brush it over. And I will show you how I do apply that at another time. I think I'll wait till the end of this month to show you how I do it, because it right now I just put my hair up, and I don't want to sit here and have to deal with hassles, because some people think, well, a ponytail is not that big of an effort, but when you're an African American, your hair is frizzy, it takes, it takes a little bit of time, because my sides of my hair and the back of my hair are a lot, they come frizzy. That's the first part that becomes more frizzy, because it's shorter than the rest of your hair. So what I do is I have to straighten those pieces, and then I have to smooth them down to make it look more uniform. So yeah, even a basic ponytail for me have to put some effort into it. But I will show you how I do apply them when I do my hair So I was thinking, okay, I have the errands to run. I usually pick up water. I usually pick up ice every so often. And I kept thinking, okay, well, Marie, I need to get out of the house a little bit more today because it's not healthy for you to see cooped up in the house. It just isn't. I mean, it's not, it's not a good thing. But so I will take my time as I, walk through the aisles. I did send the collective a list of my bills that really they should be paying them. Some people may say, well, it's the fault of the family. No, it's the fault of the employer. It is the fault of the employer. And I mean, it's really, I mean, obviously it is the fault of Joel's family as probably well my family and so on and so forth. But the fact is that they should be responsible for those bills. And really, they owe me more than that. They do. They owe me a lot for the damages, the psychological damage, the financial damage, all of it. And they should take responsibility for that. I sent the email to them last week. I haven't heard anything from them. I don't expect to. I think that they should do a decent thing and pay my bills. I really do think they should. You know, I mostly take care of my shelter and I take care of my food, and that's the main thing. The utility bills can be negotiated. I do pay my my what do you call it, my internet. I don't have a lot of bills, but I will tell you when you're on unemployment, it sucks up. Your rent sucks up most of that. Okay, and I eat a lot. I mean, I'm a very hungry person. I mean, I'll start eating again. I get hungry like right after lunchtime. I mean, I have to eat. So those things are really important. Some of the utility companies are very good at doing payment arrangements, which I'm very grateful for. Which I will have to be doing that if these people don't pay my bills, which they really should. They should pay my bills. They should. To me, that's the least they can do after they've done everything else. Okay, I had to go through was absolutely ridiculous. And of course, I don't expect Polly and her stupid sister to take care of anything because these people are the ultimate in trash. But I want these people out of my fucking life, period. So anyway, yeah, I always return to them because I shouldn't because I need to forget about it. But it angers me. They're Callie, Garner, and all these people. How dare you? You know what I mean? It's none of your business. My life is none of your business. I don't want anything to do with you. There's nothing you can do or say that's going to change my mind. Please get the fuck away from me, okay? I just leave me alone. So anyway, yeah, I got to clean up my house a little bit today and look for work. And I need to get a move on because, my unemployment benefits are only for so much. And I need to do something. And I have to clear the air and talk about the situation because, a lot of people were under the impression of one thing for the longest time. And this wasn't the case. Okay, I'm not the bad guy here. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to take some time to do my hair. I'm going to wait till the end of the month to do it if I can, okay? That is, of course, if I get a job interview, then I will have to do something quicker. But I would prefer, I usually do wait to do it because it's easier for me. And then some people would say, well, why don't you just wear your regular hair every day? Because my hair would break off. That's why, okay? And that's what people need to understand about black hair, okay? It's not a good thing to... People call it protective styles. Like, for example, some people get braids. I used to get braids. That would be considered a protective style. Wearing half wigs, or some people wear whole wigs, okay? Which I have worn those in the past, the whole ones. I didn't like them because I felt like... I just felt weird about it. I really did. I remember wearing... when I was younger, we were walking home with this guy, and he was talking about how he saw this video from Annie Lennox. I think it was Eurythmics. Yeah, Eurythmics, right? And she was in this video, and she was wearing this black wig, and she took it off, and he said, she looks so pretty with that wig. And I thought, oh my gosh, women should never wear things like that. And I really didn't like the idea of anything like that. I really didn't. I didn't, okay? But when I started having hair problems, I realized I had to do something. And so that was an option, okay? Especially when you can't wear braids, like, you can't wear them year round. You can't do it. So I did wear the full ones for a while, and I never felt right about them. As a matter of fact, I would change them often. Kept thinking, this isn't right, this isn't right. So I would go through a lot of them. They're not expensive. They're actually pretty inexpensive, the ones that I would get. Now, if you get the human hair ones, those are very expensive. But I would always choose the synthetic. I choose the synthetic. I have bought real human hair ones before, But and then I ended, of course, not liking them. But when I started working and experimenting, I realized the half ones worked better for me, and it's just something that works. You know what I mean? That way, I can braid my hair up for the entire week, the back of it, and then just wear the half wig for things like work, or if I was to go to a special occasion, which that never ever fucking happens. Like, I haven't been to a social gathering in years, so no. But on the weekends, and as far as my personal life is concerned, I prefer to just wear my regular hair out, if I can. Okay, so that's pretty much how I take care of my hair. I do have like the heating spray. I do use a product that smooths the edges of my hair, and then of course I wear, when I braid my hair, I have like this really nice smelling coconut type cream for my hair, and I love the way it smells. I really do. Most of my products do smell like coconut, which I like that. I think it's a very common smell. There were some hair products that I didn't like the smell of. Some of them smelled, I don't know, not gassy, but I really don't even know how to explain it. Let's just say it wasn't pleasant, but these work okay for me. And you have to find what works for you. But yeah, so that's my hair issue. I'm a black woman, okay, and black women many of us choose to wear what we call protective styles, whether that be braids or whole wigs or half wigs or whatever. So it protects our hair from further damage, because we have a lot of damage, especially if you're a working black woman. You have a lot of damage, unless of course you're one of those cute black chicks that can look good with an afro, and your company allows that. Okay, if but a lot of companies don't. I mean, they don't come out and say it, but they kind of imply it. Okay, so you have to do the best you can as far as not fitting in, but people notice your hair quickly. Okay, and that's just something that you can't get around. Okay, so you have to do the best you can. So I have like a what do you call it? I have two. I have one that's kind of semi-straight, and one that is very curly. Okay, because a lot of black women, they switch around. And then of course I have the ponytail, the ponytail is something I like to use. And then when my hair starts growing out and it becomes obvious, then I usually switch to wearing like the I don't use the ponytail, I use the regular half wig, because that way it blends better. Yeah, I will be showing you how I apply it. I don't wear a net on my hair. Some people do. I thought that was very restrictive. It just made me hot and very uncomfortable. And that's pretty much how I do it. But it's easier for me, okay, because that way I only have to deal with the front of my hair, which I slather in the thickest amount of moisturizers, so that I don't create any damage in my hair. Because if I have to apply heat to my front of my hair during the week, I want to make sure that it has as much protection as I possibly can get. But keeping it braided during the weekend or whatever, or when I'm working, when I keep it braided, the back of my hair braided, it actually helps it a lot. And when I do unravel it, and then put it in a ponytail, it looks more full. Okay, my hair, I trim my hair I would say every few weeks, to keep the split ends off. Which of course, if you're putting a lot of heat in your hair, you're going to get a lot of split ends. Okay, and I think split ends are pretty common anyway. But that's my hair regimen. So I'm not going to buy any hair products right now, except for the hairspray that I have to get that protects my hair from heat, which I use. There's two that I use. I use a Garnier, or I'll use like this one particular, I think it's called Pantene. Maybe that's this spray that I use. I don't even remember the name. I recognize the bottle, don't recognize the name. So anyway, I was thinking about, the kind of work I can do. I can do a lot of different things because I have a lot of different skills. And at this point, I just want to find a decent job that I'm happy in, and one that I can feel comfortable, and one that I can apply myself and feel like satisfied at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I'm I'm looking for. I'm just wanting to find something, and so I can move and get on with my life. It has been an absolute nightmare in this town. It has been, my experience here has been very draining and tiresome, and I won't look back on it. I won't be thinking, I won't be sentimental about leaving Bakersfield. I won't be anything. Now, mind you, where I plan on going, I don't really have, I don't really know anyone either. I mean, because like I said, everybody that I grew up with, that were part of the Facebook chain, I don't know these people very well. And aside from that, most people, I believe, left the Antelope Valley a long time ago. So, there's really, it's kind of like almost new to me at some points, you know what I mean? But we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to try to stay out a little bit longer. It was really weird yesterday. The temperature dropped dramatically when when that storm came through. It was like, it went from like 109 and it just went down to 82 degrees, which was kind of good because I didn't have to use my air conditioner unit. So I had turned them off and I saved a little bit of energy. So I'm going to wrap up this video and I will be back with another one later. Take care. Bye-bye.